Right, Bosch mix and drill this time. Gears. More than likely that's going to be the pinion gear, and your actual armature gear on the armature could be stripped too. So this may be an expensive repair. Now this handle for the GRW 11E. It's not the cheapest handle to buy, they're quite expensive. But this one, thread inside stripped out, or sort of the plastic insert for the nut for the handle stripped, so can't slacken it off. Don't want to cut it off because it's a wee bit, it's extra money the customer will have to pay, so just do this repair with the handle something like that there, leave it in situ and just work around it instead, because the handle's still holding tight. There's no point in cutting it. Yeah. Gears are badly worn. That's where the noise is coming from. Now the end bearing, it's not gone. It's a wee bit free, but we'll change that anyway since we are changing the armature. If we're changing the armature, that's the main problem. That's just razor sharp now. You can see where them teeth have worn clean through. So the actual teeth are just razor thin now. So that's the main bit of wear. That gear there is not too bad. There's a little bit of wear in it, but well, a wee bit of wear, yeah. A step in that gear now. You can just replace the armature and leave that as is, but it's going to be noisy as anything. That'll be two unmatching gears rubbing against each other. It'll sound like a jet taking off. It'll run, but it'll run badly. Only way to fix it right, to change the armature and change that pinion gear. That's the bearing out. Bearing changed. New seal for the end of the shaft. Press that back in and press this gear back over the top. See, one new bearing with the handle still attached. Now, to rebuild this, you would assume you're just going to set it like that, put your gear on, put your gears back on, your spring, your bearings, put all that on, gear on top, or sorry, gear on first and do it. You'd be assuming you're going to do it like that. Then slide this shaft over the top of this one. That won't work. You have to have this little washer on. That sits there on top of this here pinion gear. And with that washer on, it will not get past this gear. So it's locating under there. The washer's getting in the way. If you wanted to, you could try and balance that washer here and then locate it, If that washer gets knocked loose, gets knocked off center and rattles around inside and doesn't go into the shaft, that's eventually going to get eaten up on your gear. The only way to actually do this is the correct way. Take apart the gear selector as well. That out. Now this has to go together in a certain order, and I'll show you that later. Push that shaft back. That releases that drive shaft. Just pull that all the way out for now. So we have to build this way. New pinion shaft. Get your washer on. Spring was inside of there. Steel ball bearing. And a steel ball bearing on this side. Squeeze them in. Pull that shaft up until it holds it. The other gear on top, and your other steel washer. Now if you move either of those gears up or down, then two steel balls are going to pop out. So you have to keep them still until you get everything else finished. Put that shaft back in again. Second washer on top of it. Now this takes quite a bit of grease. Between 130 140 mil. I already have the seal already changed. Now the shaft and gear, these be nylon boys. Install these correctly. So we notch it of there. You can see it just up here. That sits in line with these teeth, like so. So that has to be sitting at an angle. And then this gear here lines up at an angle as well. So horizontally across them two corners. So that has to all sit together like that. Otherwise, whenever you turn, you're not going to have that them two ball bearings sitting in the right location on the right gear. So it just sets it up right. So whenever you turn this 90 degrees, that moves them ball bearings up and down the right amount. That plate, actual detents are all rusted over. And the ball and the selector, that's these solid, so we'll just replace them as well. Actually, there's not 4 gears in this, there's just 2. 1 and 2. So every 90 degrees changes the gear. You'll know you've got that set right when you turn about a quarter turn. You get the resistance, and it frees up again. That's the ball. That's the 2 gears sliding up and down. The ball's in between. Whenever they slide down, she overcomes the resistance of that spring. Pop onto the next gear. So that's how you know you got them set correctly. I would normally change the brushes on these as well, because there's a new armature on. But these are actually a brand new set of brushes. Now, that's her. One Bosch GRW 11E. Best of the best, old type mixing drill. Up and running again with a new motor and gear. You don't get any mixing drills like that there anymore now. Worth fixing if you want a good decent drill. Now that would be an expensive repair. Not everybody's going to go and get an armature put onto one of these Bosch drills. That's about €300 to fit a new motor to this thing. Change the pinion gear, all the bearings as well, a new grease, complete clean out. €300 for repairing that, compared to a new stock machine, would be about €500. So less than twice the price to get you a newer type machine, but boys want these here fixed because they're one-handed basically. They can sit that in the bucket, run that one-handed, and have the other hand free then to pour the skim in. So that's the advantage of the Bosch one. The other stock, they get the sense as a motor out of the machine. They're a big two-handed machine. While other boys just don't like the two-hand, they rather one big pistol grip machine like us here. So that's the price difference, 300 for a pair compared to 500 for the equivalent machine in an stock.